Recently, my friend Alex came over to interview me about my TV of the future.
Our goal was to get rid of the monthly cable bill, which was $70 or so, but still be able to watch the same shows that we enjoy. So what I did was I nerdily made a spreadsheet of all the shows that we enjoy throughout the year and checked each one to see if it was available on Hulu, whether it was available on Netflix, whether it was available on iTunes. So we found that we could still watch 99% of the same shows that we were watching on cable and not end up paying for channels that we weren't using. The crux of our setup is the Mac Mini, on which we run Hulu Desktop and Boxee. Boxee is really great for scanning your home network and local drives for all sorts of video and pictures and music. At the base level, all that you really need is a computer that's capable of running Hulu Desktop and Boxee. Hulu Desktop and Boxee both run on Windows and on Mac, and Boxee even has a Linux client. After doing some research, I decided to go with the Mac Mini because it was small and quiet and was perfectly capable of running all of the stuff that I wanted to run on it. You'll also need a little IR receiver, which plugs into one of your USB ports and will allow you to use your universal remote to control your computer. You should be able to find an IR receiver online for less than $30. It may or may not come with a remote or software, but in our case, you just need the receiver hardware by itself. One thing to keep in mind when using a computer for your entertainment system is that sometimes you're going to need to interact with the actual desktop. So you'll need to make sure to pick up a cheap mouse and a keyboard, which you can put away for occasional use, or some other computer to use a remote desktop control window with. What I recommend you doing is finding a good universal remote that is programmable also with some computer software. I like the Logitech Harmony series. There are varying controls at different price points. This one was, I think, about $250 when I picked it up a couple years ago. And you can set it up for different activities, which, start and configure all of your applications with the push of a button. The other crucial piece of software that I wouldn't be able to do this without is called Remote Buddy. I think it was about $30, and it does an amazingly great job of assigning the different software instruction buttons, whatever you want to call them, to my universal remote so that everything is pretty darn seamless. So for example, the skip button on the remote here will go ahead 30 seconds whether you're using it in Hulu Desktop or in Boxee or in Netflix. One thing that we enjoy in our house, maybe more than most other American households, is British television. It's a lot less likely to find British shows, especially on a timely basis, available online, even if you want to pay $2 per episode. So I will admit that we do use BitTorrent to get those shows at our house on a timely basis. I use an online service called Show RSS that we'll have a link for you at Consumerism Commentary for. And that will let you pick and choose between popular shows to download on an automated regular basis. And then on the Mac Mini side, I use a desktop app called Miro, which connects with the Show RSS feed and just gets them every hour or so. There are some other shows like, say, The Daily Show or The Colbert Report, which you may want to watch on a more timely basis, but fortunately those tend to be online streaming for free the next day. The Boxee developer community seems to be really on top of finding all of the available streaming services online and turning them into channels. So there's one for Comedy Central, there's one for the Internet Archive, there's one for CBS, if CBS has one. There's one for ABC, there's one for a collection of archived cooking shows. If you consider yourself a true videophile, you'd probably be able to tell the difference between 480p through Boxee and, real 720 or 1080 from your cable service, but so far my wife and I can't really tell the difference. The Hulu service, and I'm sure ABC's service and whatever other networks stream their content online, seems to be pretty inconsistent with knowing when a new episode is going to be available. If you're going to go this route, you're going to have to reorient your brain so that you're not expecting to see the current episode on the same night that it airs. In general, I feel psychologically better about our current setup, not only because we're saving about $70 a month versus having cable, but also because we were getting ads with the cable system, and I felt a little dirty paying a monthly bill and having advertisements at the same time. Fortunately, my wife and I aren't really into live sports, but in the case of, say, a weather emergency, we did pick up a digital antenna and plug that into the Mac as well so that we can switch over and see one of a number of broadcast television stations.